All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Tonight, today, depending on where you are in the world, we're at Sebring International for the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network 2-hour at Sebring. Little multi-class event to help out the kids. Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I'm Heath Johnson, your broadcaster, commentator. Who's going to come away with the victory here at Sebring today? There's only one way to find out, boys and girls, and that's watch it live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, some multi-class racing headed your way tonight. Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospital GT3 LMP2 2-hour race at Sebring. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight, today, depending on where you are in the world. This is the 2-hour Extra Life Miracle Network Children's Hospitals 2-hour race at Sebring. We are raising money for a very, very worthy cause. Play games and make donations to help out the kids. Provide medical care and all sorts of services for children. That's the Extra Life charity, and thanks to Will Dunbar for putting this on. I'm Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. So these guys have been in the practice session, just finished up with the practice session. These guys are going to go to the qualifications. Today's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2 if you want a self-managed server package. There are 3 to choose from. How about hosting your website, your online store, your VPS hosting, or shared web hosting? You can use EliteHostingUSA.com for that. And that's who hosts our website and our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Again, thanks so much for coming in here today and joining us. If you want to join us through Discord, there's a quick link in our website. Click on that link and you will be on our server. Say hi and we'll have a conversation, figure out what you want to race with us. We got a lot of choices. Indy cars, GT3, LMP2, stock cars, a lot of different stuff here at High Octane Racing League. So qualifications have started. if you might like to make a donation today to the Extra Life organization, specifically Sim Race Labs, who happens to be sponsoring this event, there is the link. Also, you can follow the link in the description of this race, same link here, that will get you to the donation page. We would appreciate anybody's help here. All money goes to the charity. I want to say thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. I'm excited about this race. Really have been waiting. When it's started in the works there about a month and a half ago, I was excited, man, really to get up to this day. Love doing these races and helping this charity out as well. And thank you so much for joining us here. Peace to everybody out there. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. Don't forget to go down to the description of this race and click on that link and make a donation to Extra Life. We'd really appreciate that. This is the Extra Life 2-hour charity race here at Sebring, sponsored by High Octane Racing League, Sim Race Labs, and TurnLeftTV. And again, thank you for coming in here. I'm excited, man. Love this type of racing, and this is going to be fun. A little bit nervous here. It's maybe my first multi-class event that I've done. So hopefully, probably going to be a little bit different than your traditional one, but hopefully we do a good job here for you and keep it entertaining. Also got a link up in the YouTube chat, too, if you'd like to make a donation. Got a couple affiliate links there in my description of the race, too. Please click on those and head on over to the Fanatec website. Also, it's Sim Labs. If you'd like to, if you're interested in a sim rig or some race equipment, please see those guys. Click on my link. Help me out here. Thank you so much. Let's take a look so far here at the qualification session. Bezrikov, the top time in the LMP2, 147.597. Chris Hughes out here in that GT3 car. You see Mata Indika, he's 201.953 in that GT3, and this is Chris Hughes in the Audi. So the time to beat here is a 201.953. A 4.845 for Chris Hughes. A little work to do there. Right now, second on the grid in the GT3. Tom Gander in this LMP2. He is in the second position so far in qualifications. We'll step on the gas. I need a DJ. Bezrikov, the top time, again 147.597. Mata Indika in the GT3, 201.953. Tom Gander here in his 152.013 for Tom. Second on the grid for him. Jos van der Sterren out here in the LMP2. Good to see Jos van der Sterren. Seen him in a long time. He's in the 06. Yeah, actually 18 car. Sorry about that. A little work to do for Jos. Right now in the 6th position in the LMP2. 152.401 for Joost van der Sterren. Will Dunbar driving the Aston Martin here today. Extra Life decided to move from the Bentley to the Aston Martin. Right now, 8th on the grid. Actually, looks like he's laying down his qualification lap. Well, 201.953 is the time to beat that GT3. Good turnout here today. I want to thank all the drivers. We might even have a few more join right now. 15 drivers joining us. Good healthy field in the LMP2s. 6 drivers there and 9 in the GT3 class. A lot of fun at this track. I like Sebring. We were looking for a track to do this event, and I said, hey, why not Sebring, man? This is a fantastic track. They have a 12-hour race. The Sebring 12-hour is one of the biggest races in the world. And I thought, hey, this would be a perfect track for a 2-hour event, multi-class. Just absolutely perfect track. Here we go at qualification lap for Will Dunbar. 204.142 up to 3rd on the grid for Will Dunbar in the GT3. Take a look at Yuta Prasanta, the 69 car. Currently 2nd on the grid for Yuta. Really excited to see these cars at full race speed out on the track together. Todd Robillard here joining us in the chat session. Say I saw your post, Todd. I will take a look at that. Yuta Prasanta about 2 seconds behind Nikolai Bezrikov. Yuta having a little trouble there in that overrun. Got Ted Mosier coming out here and racing with us. He's in that 33 car, BMW. Right now, Ted Mosier is 7th on the grid. Let's see what this lap was at 209.088. At 5.2 seconds off the race lead. Or qualification lead, I should say. Got 9 minutes left in quals. Top time here so far in GT3 is Mata and Dika. How about this, man? Mata coming out in the Merc. This guy is one of the nicest guys out there, really, and I mean that. I mean, I've known Mata for a long time, friends with him on Facebook, and love reading his posts and sort of watching the evolution of his family, as they move through the years, and he seems to have a heck of a lot of fun being a dad. I really enjoy reading his posts, but he's a great guy and a great race car driver. Got a lot of great suggestions here for us too, with so much experience in these types of events. He's been a wealth of knowledge, and this guy can just flat out drive anything. So he was in the Bentley last season, the GT3 series, so decided to challenge himself and switch over to the Merc. And here he is. Now he's challenging for pole position because Ritsky Novar, his good buddy, has knocked him off P1. Ritsky Novar in the 10 car now up to P1 with a 201.709. So a little work to do here for Mata and Dinka. 201.800. Man, that's close. Holy smokes. That is close. Mata says, I do not want to start in second. Risky Novar says, too bad. Take a look at Tom Gander here in the 99 car. His outlap, so a little bit of a late qualifier here, halfway through quals. Wanted to show you the landing page here for the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals donation page. If you want to make a donation, we drag this over here. If you want to make a donation, certainly make one through this link. Over $2,000 raised. We just make that a little bit smaller. Sorry about that. For some reason it's making that see-through. My God. What a way to mess up a broadcast. Oh, boy. Yeah, for some reason that's translucent there. But anyway, there you go. You get the idea. You can make a donation. We'll just put it up here. How about that? Make a donation there. And again, raised over $2,000. Tom Gander here with the qualification attempt. He is third on the grid. That 99 car. A lot of room to race here at Sebring. The trick is to this track, it is bumpy. You got to be patient. 148.993. Gander 2.3 seconds behind the race leader. Let's take a look at the track here at Sebring. A little under 4 miles in length, 6 kilometers, 17 turns. Very flat track located in Sebring, Florida. And it's a mixture of asphalt and concrete. And anybody who knows anything about racing, it is different on concrete. It's a little bumpy in places and a little slick in places as well. But this is a fun track. And it's what was the first DLC track that I grabbed a hold of when it came out, and really, really enjoy this track. My keys to the race here today, as we get through qualifications, my keys to the race here today are you better race this track, man. Again, it's bumpy, change in grip levels from one type of surface to the next. Going to have to navigate through traffic, of course, with this multi-class field, and also tire management here. So you're definitely going to have to conserve and be there at the end, and then also exhibit quite a bit of patience here tonight, because you are going to be racing in a lot of traffic. And again, race this track here. Just be patient with this, and it'll come to you, I think. So Sebring International tonight. Those are my race keys. Race this track, navigate through that traffic, manage those tires, and exercise a little bit of patience here at Sebring. And should be okay. Again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here. I'm Heath Johnson, your broadcaster, commentator. Looks like we got some friends coming in here. Bezrikov, hitting us up. Dennis Shudichin, I believe also hitting us up here in the chat session. Hope Dennis is safe and sound. Look at Rizal Abdurrahman in the Porsche right now, 9th on the grid as we start to wind down the qualification session. Away 2 minutes. So look at that. Mata says, I'm not going to be second on the grid. And he comes out and runs a 2 flat. Porsche's probably pretty good at this track, I would imagine. Just loose enough, free enough. Deal with some of these tight turns. So Abdurrahman here shooting for a 2 flat, 2 minutes, .170. Trying to get that lap in here before qual's in. Big, long, fast straightaway here. You're going to have this wide, sweeping turn coming into the straight, coming into the final straight. And this is deceptive, too, because it's easy to get into that outside wall. Very bumpy. Hugging that inside, giving him a little bit of room here so he can step on the gas. Oh, counter steering by Evans, man. He almost goes down pit lane. Whoa, 202.702, and that is on the edge there for Abdurrahman. Holy smokes. That was exciting. Hey, don't forget, coming up on Friday, November the 11th, that's Veterans Day here in the United States. 100-lap race from Kentucky Speedway. It's race number 3 of the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series season. And it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. We actually bumped the damage level up to 75%. And this is a fun track, a little 1.5-mile track. And a very, very fun one. Kind of wide track, really, for a 1.5 miles. A lot of room to race here. Flat, not a lot of banking. And going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. And don't forget, later tonight, we got King of the Ovals, race number 12 at IndyCars at Phoenix. Just one race to go there at Phoenix. Then we have 2 races to go in the season. We'll have 2 weeks at Indy, starting it off with the stock cars next week. And then 2 weeks from now, ending the King of the Ovals series season with the IndyCars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So come on out and join us. We're using the NTT 2020 IndyCar mod, the Apex mod, and then also our High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder stock car set. Let's take a look at the session results here. Let's take a look here in the LMP2. Nikolai Bezrikov qualifies in P1, 146.2629. Yuta Prezanta is second. Tom Gander third. Jos van der Steren starts in the fourth position. Lucas Simpfer starts in fifth. Iqbal Kurniawan starts in the sixth position. Thanks to all those LMP2 drivers. Got a 6-car field in the LMP2. GT3. Mata Indika with a 2 minutes, .170 in the Merc. Qualifies at P1. Ritsky Novar starts in the second position. Berto Crisatianto starts in the third position. Faisal Abdurrahman starts in fourth. Will Dunbar fifth. Chris Hughes starts in the sixth position. Ted Mosier in the 33 car will start in the seventh position. Jake Z starts in eighth. That's Jake Zitko starts in the eighth position. And John Stanley will start ninth. Again, thanks so much for coming in here and joining us today. A little surprise broadcast, I guess, or a 1 o'clock broadcast, 2-hour race at Extra Life for Extra Life Charities at Sebring. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. Got 6 minutes left in the warm-up session. We have just a little under a minute left to go here in the warm-up session. And we're going to get this party started. Again, if you'd like to make a donation to the Children's Miracle, Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals, got the little website here. I've got the URL as well. There's the donation URL. You could also go down to the description of this race and click on this URL, and you can make a donation to Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Will Dunbar is donating $10 for every, what was it, every $100, I believe? So $10 for each person that completes at least 5 laps, by the way. Well, boys and girls, that's about it. Here we go. 2-hour race here at Sebring. Oh. This is going to be a fun one. Let's take a look at the the starting order here. In the LMP2, Nikolai Bezrikov starts in P1. Yuta Prasanta starts in the second position. The 99, Tom Gander, starts in third. Joost van der Sterren starts in the fourth position. Lucas Infner starts in fifth. Iqbal Kurniawan starts in the sixth position. In the GT3, Mata Indica in the 99 starts in P1. Ritsky Novar starts in second. Berto Cristianto starts in the third position. Rizal Abdurrahman starts in the fourth spot. Will Dunbar starts fifth. Chris Hughes starts sixth. Ted Mosier in the seventh position in the 33 car. Jake Zitko starts in the eighth spot. Starting in ninth will be John Stanley in the Audi. And again, thanks so much for coming in here and joining us on TurnLeftTV. I'm excited about this one, man. 2-hour event here at Sebring, all for kids. So something's happened here. It looks like somebody may not have made the grid. So, look, we had to do a little bit of restart here because one of the drivers lost his shifter when we switched over to race for whatever reason. So, we had to reboot. Getting a couple chatters in here. How about this, man? Good luck finding from Michael Brooks. Good luck finding everyone. Alexander Zakharov said, I hope Nikolai will not be able to finish the race and finally rest. Uh-oh. He said, I hope he doesn't finish the race so the other guys can win. Is that what it is? Good to see Alexander Zakharov in here. Of course, Nikolai Bezrikov come back here and defended himself. And again, good to see Michael Brooks in here. Jake Zitko here going with the Aston Martin as well. I believe he ran a Ferrari last season in the GT3, so a little bit of a challenge here to switch manufacturers. The only two cars I would race in GT3, and I'm going to get some haters on this, the Ferrari and the Corvette. Those are the only two cars I'm going to race in the GT3. Now, I've raced the Aston Martin, I've raced the Bentley. Let's see Heath tear them apart with their comments. All right. Drivers are not swapping. We're going to call him Berto K. Crescentianto, I believe that's how you pronounce that last name. It's kind of crazy when I see these names for the first time. It's like, okay, I hope I'm not offending anybody. And my problem with setting up some of these cars, Michael, is I really don't know a lot about setting up the car, so I always have to rely on somebody else. I can do a few things. I've got an app on my phone that helps me out with some, loose conditions or braking issues, that type of thing. But pretty much going to have to rely on somebody else's help for that. Somebody who's good about setting up a car, and this is this guy right here, Mata Indika. And he's challenged himself this race going with the Merc. And he is our top qualifier in the GT3 class. We're waiting on a GT3 driver, having some issues with their shifter, I believe. Take a look at Yuta Prasanta Definitely, Michael. I'm not sure if we're going with the GT3 series again after this special event. What the plan is. I think the plan may be to do another GT3 series, and I have been actually racing. So we are going to go to race here in 1 minute. So we are got about 30 seconds left, and we are going to go to race. A little bit of a delay here. We had to wait on someone to fix a controller issue. Of course, anybody knows anything about sim racing, and there's always something that you're working on. Probably like real racing, huh? Except for in real racing, they don't wait on you. But we want to give everybody a chance to get out here and run some laps. So waiting on Ted Mosier to get his things figured out. I think we're ready to go. Keep your fingers crossed. Here we go. 2 hours here at Sebring. And I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Thanks so much for joining us. The Extra Life 2 hours here at Sebring, all to benefit Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And we'll do the starting order here. Take a look at the LMP2. Bezrikov in the 07 starts in P1. Whoa, what happened there? You guys need to settle down. There we got Nikolai Bezrikov starts in P1. Yuta Prasanta starts in second. Tom Gander starts third. Joost van der Sterren starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth is Lucas Simpner in the 21 car. Iqbal Kurniawan starts in the sixth position in that 13 car. That's the LMP2. 6 drivers in that. GT3, Mata Indica starts in P1. Ritsky Novar starts second. Berto Cristiano starts in third. Faisal Abdurrahman starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth is Will Dunbar in the 01. Chris Hughes starts in sixth. Ted Mosier starts in the seventh position. And Jake Zitko starts eighth. Starting in the ninth position is John Stanley. So 2 hours here at Sebring. And Bezrikov, the top driver, on time in the LMP2. Will lead the field to take the green flag. Yuta Prezanta starts beside in P2. Mata Indica and Ritsky Novar will start 1-2 in the GT3. Those guys are good friends too. Let's see how hard they race each other. No points here, just a charity event. But I think each and every person out here wants to get that race win. And since I'd never win one of these races, I just want to get a good finish. Maybe not come off the track, get a respectable finish. Earn a little respect from the drivers. So 2 hour event here to benefit the Children's Miracle Life Network hospitals. Again, if you'd like to make a donation, there is the URL. And you can click on the link down in the description of this race on my YouTube channel. And head right on over to the participant webpage to make a donation. Will Dunbar will donate $10 for each and every driver out here that completes at least 5 laps. So I see a little bit of money coming out of Will Dunbar's pocket for this one. Raised over $2,000 already. And we do several of these events throughout the course of the year, and this one seems to be the most popular one here so far. Down this final straight before we turn the round, do the hard right-hander, and head to the start-finish line. Thanks for coming in here and joining us and supporting the effort here. The Miracle Life Network Hospitals. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and who's going to win this race? Mata in the GT3. And I don't know, man. Prezanta's pretty fast. Could be Bezrikov, though, in that LMP2. Those are my choices. Thanks for coming in. And here we go. Pace car's off. And we're off here at Sebring. Bezrikov around turn 1 of that left-hander. Side by side for P2. They got it figured out there. Tom Gander in second. Yuta Prezanta now in third. Simpner up to that fourth position. On board here with Lucas Simpner running in P4. This guy can flat out, one of our young guns here, can flat out drive anything. Great in the stock cars. He likes GT3. Does a little IndyCar from time to time, and now decided to run in this LMP2 class. Ritsky Novar has gotten around Mata Indica. So Ritsky Novar in the Porsche, shown in P1 in the GT3. Indica is second. Berto is in the third position in GT3, ninth on the grid. Bezrikov is the leader, and he is got a 4-second lead so far over these guys. He is not wasting any time. This guy just can flat out drive anything. You could put him in a combine, this guy would make it competitive. Good tight grouping here. Led by Tom Gander. Yuta Prezanta on in the third position. Rounding that final turn here. This is a little challenging, man, because you take it too fast. You get into that outside wall, that tire barrier. A lot of room on that turn, but you run out of room in a hurry. Take a look at this battle here. Berto and Ritsky battling it out. Side by side, couple Porsches. It looks like Berto holds on to that spot, 8th overall. And 2nd now in the GT3 class. Ritsky Novar is in 3rd. See what, Berto is climbing all over the back of Nikolai Bezhikov. Bezhikov and Andika. Presanta and Tom Gander here battling it out in the LMP2. Presanta getting by. Tom Gander taking over P2. Oh, it misses that turn. Gander's going to come around and take that position again. Tom Gander getting that spot as Presanta missed that turn. We'll take a look at this replay. Yuta Presanta getting by and then misses the turn and gives that spot right back. Right there, a little bit too tight on that corner entry. And trying to hold on to that spot, but Tom Gander going to get back by. Presanta sort of just doing a wave by there, realizes that that didn't work for him. Take a look at Ritsky Novar here running in the 9th position overall. Ritsky is 3rd in the GT3, and he is now vying for P2. Get a couple of Porsches here battling it out. Got 3 Porsches, all in a wad. Berto able to hold on. Ritsky Novar now battling with Rizal Abu Rahman. Abu Rahman not able to get by. Down to the back of Ritsky Novar's machine. Jos van der Sterren picking up a spot there now, P1, as Iqbal falls back to the 6th position. Ball had missed that turn, it looked like, came off track. We'll take a look at that. Ball here, a little bit of a hitch, it looks like, but missed this turn, gets wide on the turn, and Jos van der Sterren goes by. Fortunately, doesn't get into anything. Bezhikov, big lead here, 14-second lead, and he is absolutely picking them up, putting them down. Bezhikov, great IndyCar driver, great GT3 car driver, and showing his stuff here in the LMP2. The guy could even drive stock cars as well. Yogi Presetio, I'm not sure what fake GRO10 livery is, but yeah. Will Dunbar here in the 11th position in the GT3, running behind Abu Rahman. Abu Rahman in the Porsche, and Will Dunbar running in the Aston Martin. Around turn 1. A lot of room here on turn 1. I think this track's a lot easier to drive once you get a little rubber down on it. It helps you show you the groove. We got 3 Porsches in a wad right there. Take a look at John Stanley. He's come off track. Not sure what's going on there with him. He might have missed his turn. John Stanley missed the turn and now has to, actually spun around. John Stanley coming off track. See what happened to John as he missed this turn, I believe, and came around. It's a little bit wide, gets in the grass, and the thing comes around on him. He's running in P15. Take a look at Chris Hughes in the Audi, running in the 12th position, 6th in class. This racecraft really has improved a lot in the road course effort. He can drive stock cars too. He does a lot of stock car racing with us. Does some Indy cars once in a while, but this guy really has improved a great deal in his GT3 racing. Matter of fact, I've raced a lot of laps with him. We've had a chance to battle it out a little bit last season. Jake Zitko running in the 13th spot. He is 7th overall in the class. Jake Zitko running in the Aston Martin. Joost van der Sterren running in 5th in the LMP2. A pretty tight battle there with Iqbal, who is behind. Up on John Stanley. You see how much faster these LMP2s are. Will Dunbar in the might have had some issues here. Looks like Abu Rahman comes off track. It looks like Berto off track as well. Dunbar now side by side trying to take over this position. This is for P2 in the GT3. Will Dunbar getting around Abu Rahman. The Aston Martin getting around that Porsche, and Abu Rahman not giving up. There we go. Look at that right there. Little TurnLeftTV action on the fin. A good battle here in GT3. Abu Rahman and Dunbar. Take a look at Ted Mosier in the BMW. I think he's the lone BMW on the track in this 33 car. He's running in the 14th position. 8th in class. Had a little trouble with his shifter and now has gotten that figured out. Back out on track. Here participating. Appreciate his participation in this event. Likes these GT3 cars. Take a look at Kurniawan, and it gets a little bit squirrely, and into the tire barrier. Kurniawan into the tire barrier, so tough break there for that LMP2. That thing came around on him in a hurry. Take a look here as Eddie just gets off the grass right there a little bit, and you get a little bit of an elevation change when you come back up, and he just broke that car loose, and he's hard into the tire barrier. Yeah, hard. Actually gets into the wall, the metal guardrail. Gets the car straightened back up, and now trying to recover. Jake Zitko running in the 12th position overall. He is 6th in class. Let's take a look at Kurti Alwyn, now 6th in class in the LMP2 after that slide off, and he's got some damage there. I would suggest to you he's probably going to have to get fixed here. Still staying out on track. Check on Lucas Simpson here, running in the 4th position, LMP2. Good effort here by Team Luca. Running in P4, and he is pretty close to P2, P3. Prasanta and Gander, 2nd and 3rd here in class. And Lucas Simpson hanging here right with him. Bezhikov is our leader, weaving his way through some traffic now. He's got a huge lead over P2, Yuta Prasanta. Tom Gander 3rd, Lucas Simpson 4th, Joost van der Sterren in 5th. Again, getting by Will Dunbar. Those GT3 guys just get out of the way, get the blue flag, and let him go. Roberto Cristianto. And Jake Z comes off track. Jake Z coming off track. Zitko slid off, and he might have given up another position. Jake Z having some trouble. Take a look at Jake Z in the Aston Martin, a little bit wide, gets into the grass, and then slides across track. And gets into the tire barrier. Not hard contact. Going to lose another position, I believe, as he's trying to get this car straightened back up. And I think he's going to end up losing another spot. And LMP2 also trying to get by. So Jake Z just lost it. Coming around right here, gets into the grass. And then slides across the track, and look at this, man. That Porsche does a great job of getting through. That was Cristianto getting by. Holy smokes. Looking out of the front of Cristianto's car right here, and you see that getting by there. It'd be nice if they would end. I'd like to delete half of these cameras here and just be able to go the front to back. That's about all I need. So Bezhikov here weaving his way through traffic, getting by Mata and Dinka. A couple P1 guys, right? GT3, LMP2. Check out John Stanley here in the Audi. Nice looking paint scheme for John Stanley. You know what's really nice about this paint scheme? Probably know where I'm going with this. And that is right there. The TurnLeftTV logo. John Stanley running 9th in the GT3. Take a look at Tom Gander. His first race out here with us. He is in the 3rd position in LMP2. And right now he is about 30 seconds back to the race leader. Bezhikov absolutely annihilating the field right now. This is a long race. As you see, Tom Gander now rolling up on GT3 car, getting by, giving him a lot of room, that Porsche. Abu Rahman Tom Gander is third in class. Una Presanta running in second in class in the 69 car. A lot of extra life paint schemes. That's awesome. Shows how much these guys really appreciate being in this race. Kind of cool. Not sure what we got going on here, but take a look at Joost van der Sterren in the 18 car. He's running in fifth in class. Jake C has to drop out of had to drop out of the race, by the way. Zitko has prior commitment, I believe. So we decided to race enough so we can have that donation matched. So Joost van der Sterren running fifth. 13 seconds behind fourth. See, Abu Rahman is second in class in his GT3 class, the 20 car. He is 20 seconds back to the race leader, Mata and Dinka. Take a look here is Curdy. Oh no, there's contact between the GT3 and LMP2. Oh my heavens. Curdy Owen is into the wall. Contact as the LMP2 tried to get around that GT3 car. And they take each other out. There was contact there coming off that final turn. Right here, contact as they rounded that turn. Right here, it looks like the GT3 gets a little bit wide, gets into the back of the LMP2, and they both spin and back it into the wall. So Alberto, I believe, just overshot that turn. On board here with him as they're coming around that final turn. And I think he just gets, oh no, it maybe got chopped off there a little bit by the LMP2. A little bit different view. And he gets that car pointed back in the right direction. Chris Tianto is in the fifth position. And I think he came out a little bit better in that situation. These guys not racing for position. So you see as the LMP2, I think he chops down a little bit maybe. Right there, very tight, and gets into the GT3. Whatever the case may be, they definitely made contact and then straight back into the wall. Always a risk when you're looking at a car like an LMP2 that's so much faster than these GT3 cars, trying to get around and maybe trying to get around in a little bit more quickly than what you should. Taking a little bit more patience could help you avoid some of that stuff. But whatever the case may be, whoever was at fault, those guys got into one another. Nikolai Bezrikov is in P1 in the 07 car. He's got a huge lead here, 30-second lead over Prasanta. Now Prasanta's kind of closed in a little bit. It was over 30 seconds. Take a look at Will Dunbar in the third position in the Aston Martin. It just keeps moving up the grid. And there's a tight battle there between Ritsky Novar. Novar about half a second back in the Porsche. See Ritsky Novar running in fourth in class. This is the LMP2 coming now. Bernie Alwyn in the LMP2. Went up in a very awkward part of the track. A lot of twists and turns here, and he's trying to get around as Will Dunbar lets him go. But that allows Ritsky Novar to close in. Novar in the fourth position in the Porsche. And it's a tight battle here at GT3 for the third spot. Will Dunbar in third, Ritsky Novar in the fourth position. Novar, a great race car driver, decided to challenge himself and run these Porsches. Felt like maybe the Porsche might be a little bit better at this track. And he gets by Will Dunbar, a lot of room there. Will Dunbar now back to P4. I don't know, is that Artem Shuliev joining us in the chat session? Look at that. Artem Shuliev. Bernie Alwyn now trying to get by this GT3 car. Oh, man, I tell you what, that thing snapped loose on him. He's in the grass and comes around. Bernie Alwyn, more trouble for him. He tried to get by the GT3 car, and the thing came around on him. See, he's on the outside of this GT3, and now the inside as they approach the turn. He just has an awkward entry into the turn. Awkward entry right there, but wow, what a great job of missing that. Abu Rahman. And once you get it in the grass, man, it's anybody's guess where that thing's going to go. Take a look here on board with Abu Rahman. See the LMP comes around, and Abu Rahman able to get by. Able to hold on, I should say, and avoid having any contact. Take a look at this, Yuta Prasanta. Oh, Yuta Prasanta, maybe a little shifting problem. Getting into that turn. Missed a shift, I think, and the back end broke loose. It wasn't a shifting issue, it was just kind of a bad entry, maybe a little bit too much speed. The car broke loose on him. Bezrikov in traffic. He's trying to get around the GT3 car. Chris Tianto running in the fifth position in class, 11th overall. Peyton Emmler joining us in the chat session. My gosh, look at that. Glad to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying your weekend. Had a good time at the game, I believe, hopefully, last night. So Peyton Emmler joining us up there. How about that? That's some anatomy and physiology royalty right there, Peyton Emmler. Call her Pimler. See her joining in. So this is all for charity, doing a charity event here today, raising money for Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So far, this charity effort at High Octane Racing Leaders raised over $2,000 for Children's Miracle or Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals. See Nikolai Bezrikov, the leader here in the LMP2 and overall. Mata in the Mercedes running in first in class for the GT3. One of our drivers from Indonesia decided to drive the Mercedes in this race and doing a great job, proving that he can pretty much drive anything and make it competitive. And here he's got a 28-second lead over P2. Now that lead has diminished a little bit, only about a second been chopped off of it since we last checked in. But Abu Rahman running in the second position. Take a look at Yuta Prasanta in P2 here in the LMP2. 69 car. 35 seconds back to the race leader. Tom Gander running in third. Lucas Simpfer fourth. Joost van der Sterren is fifth. Running in second in the GT3 is Abu Rahman. As you see the LMP2 goes by, those LMP2s are so much faster than the GT3 cars. Great job of getting out of the way. These guys know how this works. Pretty much the LMP2s have the right of way. They're so much faster. They're not really racing the GT3s, just sort of have to deal with the traffic. Ritsky Novar also in the Porsche Extra Life sponsored machine, running in the third spot. So a good tight battle here between P2, P3 in the GT3 class. Abu Rahman in second. Ritsky Novar is in third. Will Dunbar running in the fourth position. But the tightest battle on the course right now is between these two GT3 cars. Not sure why my camera wants to go below the track mesh, but whatever. Simpfer and Gander here battling it out. Lucas Simpfer in the LMP2. Getting by. Gander came off track. Gander came off track as he had some trouble on that right-hander. Go back here and look at this. Tom Gander, I believe, had some trouble. Maybe misjudged this GT3 car, gets on the brakes, and I think he took that high line, misjudged, got into the grass, and loses a position. It looked like he had just tried to get around this GT3 car and maybe misjudged where that GT3 car was going to be, and almost gets into the back of him. Does a great job of avoiding contact with the GT3 car, but he does lose a position. And now finds himself in the fourth spot. So he's lost a spot to Lucas Simpfer, who's now in third. Take a look at John Stanley in the 12 car. He's running in the 8th spot in this Audi. Likes to come out and race in these GT3 cars, one of our Canadian drivers. Does a lot of stock car racing with us, some Indy cars periodically, and just likes to sim race, man. He likes to get out here, have fun, not too much drama. And here he is running in the GT3 to support the charity effort here today. Chris Hughes in the Audi. Oh, a little bit wide there for Chris Hughes. Gets in that overrun area and the thing snaps around on him. Chris Hughes, the car snapped around. Good amount of room in that overrun area, but nonetheless, he doesn't lose any position, just loses some time. And he is running in the 6th spot. Having more trouble getting that car back on the track. Tires are starting to get old here. The track's rubbered in. Here's Kearney Alwyn in the 6th position. He runs a little bit wide. Oh, straight into the wall. Kearney Alwyn into the wall, and he's down a lap. But, man, that was hard contact there for him. Kearney Alwyn, a hard contact. We'll take a look at this again. Kearney Alwyn just gets a little bit wide in this turn right here in the grass, and then the thing snaps around on him, and it's straight into the wall for him. A little bit of trouble there, it looks like, for Abu Rahman as Will Dunbar gets by. So Abu Rahman's had some trouble. Abu Rahman in the Porsche. This long left-hander, he just loses the back end of it. Oh, there was contact! Contact. I think Ritsky Novar had gotten into him. Ritsky Novar and Abu Rahman. So Abu Rahman's spinning. And what here? Ritsky Novar has no place to go and is going to make contact right there. And that was pretty hard lick. On board here with Ritsky Novar. He just cannot avoid the spinning car. He thought he was going to come back across the track. Bezrikov so far has been able to avoid any trouble. Artem Shulev in here rooting on Nikolai Bezrikov. Class leaders Bezrikov and Dika. Dika in the GT3 class. Both of them have over a 40-second lead on the field on their respective classes. Yuta Prezanta running in the second position. Take a look at that battle between P2, P3. Siffer running in the third spot at 12.5 seconds behind P2. Still got pit stops to go. There is a mandatory tire change. Of course, this is 1X fuel, 1X tires, and mandatory tire change, mandatory compound change. It'll be interesting to see what these guys go with. Running in third is Lucas Siffer. Get about 12.5 seconds or so down to P2. Just keeps plugging away. He's really kept his car out of trouble and has been able to capitalize on some of the drivers having issues here today in the LMP2. Tom Gander recovering. Probably a little damage on that machine, but he is running in the fourth position. Jos van der Sterren is in fifth. Bernie Alwyn is one lap down in the sixth position. Faldetta joining us in the chat, and Michael Brooks saying, give Bezrikov some ballast. That's not a bad idea. Add some ballast to Bezrikov, make this a little bit more competitive. As I said before, Bezrikov comes out in the Indy cars, wins in Indy cars, comes out in stock cars, wins in stock cars, comes out in GT3, wins in GT3, and here he is in the LMP2 winning in the LMP2. How about that? This guy is just a great race car driver, one of our Russian drivers. And really a great bit of knowledge there, a great source of knowledge on GT3, LMP2, multi-class racing, road racing in general. He's just a really willing to help us here at High Octane Racing League. And we really appreciate his participation today. And barring any huge problems, I think he's on his way maybe to a race victory here in the LMP2. Good to see Dino Faldetta. Michael and Dino and also Jos van der Sterren over from Sim Racing Mania here to join us watching this or participating in this event. Appreciate those guys. Look at this. Bezrikov is working his way through some traffic, heavy GT3 traffic right now. Does a good job of navigating through the slower GT3 cars. And these guys are battling it out. This is a great tight battle here. Three-way battle in the GT3. Looking out of the front of Ritsky Novar's machine. As these guys are battling it out. Will Dunbar running in 9th, Novar 10th. Abu Rahman's gained the 8th position. Gotten by Will Dunbar. Great fight here in the GT3. We'll go back and look at this battle between Will Dunbar and Abu Rahman. Abu Rahman in the GT3 as that LMP2 getting by Will Dunbar. And Abu Rahman, see, Will Dunbar lets the LMP2 go, scrubs off some speed. Abu Rahman closes in and gets by. Look at this side-by-side battle here. Abu Rahman tucks in, but he's got a great bit of tow off the back of that Aston Martin, and he gets by Will Dunbar. Taking over P2, Abu Rahman, patient, letting that LMP2 situation work its way through, and now finds himself in the 2nd position. Got some guys on pit lane. Yuta Prasanta on pit lane as Lucas Simpfer takes over the 2nd position in class. So maybe guys starting to take some service here. So Yuta Prasanta on pit lane as Nikolai Bezrikov leads the field. So LMP2 is starting to make pit stops. Prasanta finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Whoa! Hey, there's the king of the Oval Series. That's be coming up later tonight. Take a look at John Stanley in the Audi. Might have been a little warping. That car came around. He did a good job of not getting into the tire barrier. But the Audi has had a busy night here at Sebring. Should say busy day at Sebring. We'll take a look at Will Dunbar here in the Aston Martin. Will running in the 3rd position. And I cannot say enough about how much Will's racecraft has improved in the GT3. He has he did some coaching, took some coaching, and really put those suggestions or those things he learned into action, and now has really improved his effort. It's like Joost van der Steren on pit lane now. So some LMP2s on pit lane. Jos van der Steren taking some service. Also, Nikolai Bezrikov, our race leader, on pit lane. See van der Steren finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. A little bit of hitching there. I'm going to have to bump down some graphics on that second computer. It doesn't hitch on my computer, it just hits through the feed, NDI feed. There's a question a little bit about the King of the Ovals series. What we've been doing with that series, Michael, is that 1 week we race the Indy cars at the track, and then the next week we race, or excuse me, I think we started off with the stock cars. I should say stock cars first, then the next week at the same track we race the Indy cars. So this week is the Indy cars at Phoenix. Next week we'll be in the stock cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then the week after that, we'll be in the Indy cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So alternating mods, 14 races, 7 tracks, 1 week Indy cars, 1 week stock cars. And the IndyCar effort at Phoenix is coming up later tonight. Last week we did the stock cars. Hopefully that helps. All oval tracks, of course. A little mix of short tracks and a little bit larger ovals. In case you're just joining us, this is the Extra Life 2-hour event at Sebring, brought to you by High Octane Racing League and TurnLeftTV. Nikolai Bezrikov in the LMP2 is our race leader. Now, Ritsky Novar has retired his machine. Not sure what happened to Ritsky. Something happened to him. Maybe had a connection issue. Something's going on with Ritsky Novar. He has lost his connection, I believe. And that is a shame. He had a great night going. So Ritsky Novar in the GT3 out of the race. And he will finish in P8. Take a look at Tom Gander running in the 4th position in the LMP2. A little bit wide on that turn, gets into the grass, keeps the thing pointed straight, so that's good. Tom Gander holds on to that 4th position in the 99 car. Take a look at Abu Rahman running in the 2nd position in the Porsche. In the GT3 class. His first race out here at High Octane Racing League and doing a great job here in the 2nd position. Will Dunbar just behind in the 3rd spot. Take a look at Ted Mosier here. He's sort of gotten things figured out. He's running in the 5th spot in the BMW, the lone BMW in the field. On board here with him. He's running in P5. So lap down to the race leader. Chris Hughes in the Audi running in P6. He's having a close battle here with Ted Mosier. So on board here with Chris Hughes and Ted Mosier, who is in the 5th position, is just ahead. So this is a battle for position. A little bit of avoidance as looks like Chris Hughes goes by and Ted Mosier comes onto pit lane. Well, Mata Indika is our race leader in class, and we've got some maybe some pit stops happening here in the GT3 cars. Running a little bit slower, get a little bit better fuel mileage. Ted Mosier is on pit lane in the BMW. As we see Ted Mosier taking service in that BMW, and it's a long, long pit stop. Remember, you got to change your compound. This place can be a little tough on tires. Of course, you're looking at not only asphalt, but also concrete. Mosier on pit lane here as we approach the 1 hour mark. 2 hour event here at Sebring. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator, here for High Octane Racing League and TurnLeftTV. Thanks for joining us and supporting the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. I'm going to pop the link up in the chat if you'd like to make a donation to the Children's Miracle Life or Miracle Network Hospitals, the Extra Life charity. And Mosier still on pit lane as Mata Indika there gets by the start-finish line, puts him a lap down. Now 4 laps down for Ted Mosier. A lot of time on pit lane for that 33 car. Might be stepping out of the car, almost a driver change there. Here he goes, finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Take a look at Chris Hughes in the Audi. A little bit wide into the grass for Chris Hughes. Oh no, into the tire barrier. Chris Hughes in the Audi. Came off the zebra, got in the grass, and the car came around on him. And he made contact with the tire barrier. Take a look at this again. Right here, it's once you get in the grass and it's anybody's guess where you're going to go, and he goes right into the tire barrier. See who that was that gets by him there in the LMP2. Oh, it looked like that might have been Yuta. Presanta on board here with him as Chris Hughes comes around. Well, Lucas Simpner in the LMP2 class is up to the 2nd position. A good run here for Lucas Simpner. He is 70 seconds behind the race leader. Got a 7-second lead on P3. That's Presanta. Gander is in 4th. Joost van der Sterren in the 5th position. Those van der Steen one lap down in P5. Iqbal Kurniawan in the 13 car runs in the 6th position in LMP2. And a little bit squirrely there coming around the turn. He's got some more LMP2 climbing up his back here. Take a look at Berto Crisatianto running in the 15 car in 4th. 4th in class, I should say. He is on the lead lap, one of 4 cars in the GT3 on the lead lap. Car in 5th is 1 lap down. And that is Chris Hughes. Ed Mosier 2 laps down. John Stanley 2 laps down. We got 2 cars in the GT3 out of the race. Novar and Zico out of the race as we approach the halfway point here at Sebring. Checking on Tom Gander here running in the 4th position in class. And Presanta, about 23 seconds separate the 2 of those guys. So he is closing in, I think, on Presanta. He's got some work to do. Take a look at that battle. So about 23 seconds separate the 2 of them. The 2 of those guys, the 69 and the 99. But good run here, 3rd and 4th for Presanta and Gander. It's Presanta now rolling up on a GT3 car that last turn. So this is the final turn of Sebring. Very interesting turn. Seems like an easy turn, but I think it's a lot harder than what people give it credit for. Risky Novar is out of the race. So something's happened to Risky Novar. Not sure if Novar had lost the connection or what, but Novar out of the race. That is a tough break there for Risky Novar. I don't know if there was a connection issue or what, but gone. See Ritsky anywhere, so Ritsky's car is gone. Disappeared. Will Dunbar in the Aston Martin. Moved over from the Bentley now to Aston Martin. Wanted to challenge himself. So the number 88 car. He is running in the 3rd position in class. 13 seconds down to P2. Really a fairly tight battle between the Porsche and the Aston Martin here. So for P3, Crisatianto running in the 4th position, just 5 seconds back to Will Dunbar. So that's a battle we should probably keep our eyes on here at 4.5 seconds. And the Porsche may be starting to close in on that Aston Martin. Good over in his first race out for us. Cristiano in the 15 car, running in P4. Another tight battle here on the course is Yuta Prasanta running in third. Lucas Simfer running in the second position. 3.5 seconds separate the two of those guys. Prasanta looking ahead. Got a little bit of a GT3 car in the way. That BMW, Ted Mosier. Prasanta getting by, no problem. Mosier moving over to the left side and letting him by, giving way on the right. A lot of things happen in a hurry in these LMP2 cars. Lucas Simfer running in the second position. Open up a little bit of a gap there. 3.8 seconds now, stretching that out. So 3.7, 3.8, give or take. Good battle here between P2, P3. Heading into turn one, Lucas Simfer in the second position, the 21 car. Oh, goes a little bit wide. You've got to be careful there, getting into the grass. Now under 3 seconds. Maybe he knows he's on TV. So that battle right there is starting to tighten up. On board here with Lucas Simfer. Simfer's great at setting up race cars, not only stock cars. He's really, really good at the GT3 and now showing his skills here in the LMP2. Really, he's 18, 19 years old and loves racing. He's in college right now, one of our Canadian drivers, and really knows a lot about setting up a race car here in sim racing. Does a great job. So far has that car in P2. Abu Rahman in the second position in GT3. Stretched out a little bit of a gap there on Will Dunbar, about 13-second gap on P3. We might have had an incident here as the Porsche. Oh, man! Cristiano, a hard contact with that tire barrier. Holy smokes. The 15 car hard into the tire barrier. Man, just a lot of speed, and the car comes around on him. He tries to catch it, and then, oh, man, a hard lick right there in the tire barrier. Yeah, he just tried to catch it. Watch him going to work this wheel. This thing gets away from him. He's just trying to. Now he's holding on. You have no way of stopping that when you're in the grass. And he has a hard lick. Glad he's okay. You always want to take your hands off the wheel when you do something like that. And I'm serious. Even in sim racing, like the DD1 wheel, I take my hands off the wheel if I'm going to hit the wall. I don't want that wheel ripped out of my hands. Another replay here as Kurniawan, he gets wide, gets into the grass and spins, takes out the sign. Sebring sign and Kurniawan, more trouble. And we'll take a look here as a little second look at this. Kearney Alwyn getting loose here and taking out the sign. Glad a fan didn't get hit by that sign. So right there, glad a fan's okay. That's why they put that fence there, so they can't get in that no man's land area. Bezrikov is the leader. He's looking to put another guy a lap down. That's Gander. Looks like Bezrikov's going to get by. Gander now one lap down in the third position. Excuse me, the fourth position. We got 3 cars on the lead lap in the LMP2. Here now, less than an hour to go in the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospital's 2-hour event here at Sebring. Take a look at Presanta. He is in the third position. 3 seconds. That gap really has not diminished much. I think it got down as low as about 2.7. These guys pretty much matching each other's lap times. Who's going to make a mistake? On board here with P3, looking ahead at the second position, LMP2, and that is Lucas Simfner. Mata Indika is in the first position in the GT3 class. It's 99 car. Big lead here for him. Kind of a Sunday drive for Mata. Abu Rahman is in second, Dunbar third. Chris Hughes is in the fourth position in the GT3 class. Mata's going to have to hang tight here as he got a spin just in front. Mata has to avoid that. Did a great job. And that might have been Kearney Alwyn came around, and Mata did a great job of avoiding. Take a look here. So he spins right in front of Mata. Mata does a great job of getting around him. On board here with Mata, we watch this. There's the spin right in front. He's like, okay, which way are you going to go? And he does a good job of getting around. And there's more spinning, I think, out of Kearney Alwyn. There was some more action there as he gets that car straightened back up, I believe. Kearney Alwyn's having some trouble. Go back here to our race leader in GT3 class. Did a great job of avoiding that spinning LMP2 car. Ted Moser there on that right side screen, running in the 12th position, 12 car. 12th position overall, 33 car, sorry about that. Couple GT3 cars, P1, P12, with 52 minutes left to go here at Sebring. Mata Indika is our leader in the GT3 series, or the class. Nikolai Bezrikov is our class leader in the LMP2. So we've got a battle here shaping up for the second position in the LMP2. And then Lucas Simpfer is in P2. As we got more cars off the track. This guy's trying to race it out. They got cars off the track. LMP2 battle between Lucas Simpfer and Yuta Prasanta has tightened up. Rolling up on our GT3 leader as, wow, he almost got into the back of the GT3 car. Out of the back of Lucas Simpfer's machine, you see Yuta Prasanta in the third position, and this has tightened up. Down the front stretch. Lucas Simpfer in second. Yuta Prasanta is in third. Battle for position in LMP2 here at the 51-minute mark. Prasanta a little bit faster right now, I believe. Just got to be patient. Find an opportunity to be able to make a clean pass. Wait for a mistake. Oh, boy, that got crazy right there. It looked like Simpfer had a little trouble with that turn. Prasanta not able to capitalize, but a little trouble there it looked like for Lucas Simpfer on that right-hander. Prasanta now closing in on this LMP2. The battle tightening up. Simpfer in the second position. I think Mata and Dinga is indicating he's coming down pit lane this time, so I think Mata is going to be making a pit stop. Abu Rahman, Will Dunbar on pit lane. Chris Tianto on pit lane. So 3 GT3 drivers on pit lane. As we got a great battle here in the LMP2. About a second separate these guys. About 8/10 separate these guys right now. And this battle is very, very competitive here between Simpfer and Prasanta. Best battle on the course right now. It looks like Mata and Dinka, our GT3 leader, is on pit lane. As Simpfer and Prasanta battling for P2. Simpfer in second. Prasanta is in the third position. Abu Rahman and Dunbar finishing up their pit stops, coming back out on track. Will Dunbar in the Aston Martin finishing up his pit stop. He's in P9. Oh, a little trouble there for Lucas Simpfer. Might have been a little trouble on that turn. He is pushing this car very, very hard. Keep our left eye on this battle. We lost something here. I don't know what happened with this. Behind a fence or something. Oh, God. Go to here to Will Dunbar running in that Extra Life sponsor machine. Right now, Will Dunbar running in the 9th position after making pit stop here with 47 minutes left to go. Take a look at John Stanley here in the Audi. Oh, John Stanley taking out the assign. Keeps it out of the tire barrier. What a great job of keeping that car out of the tire barrier, but he's had some trouble running into 13th position. Mata Indika has finished up his pit stop. Back out on track. Comfortable lead for him. Abu Rahman running in the 2nd position. Pretty comfortable lead there for Indika, I would imagine. He's feeling pretty confident here with 46 minutes left to go. Unless there's a massive, massive problem, I think he's going to be okay. But Abu Rahman having a pretty good run here. He's got a 4-second lead over P3. And that is Will Dunbar. Look at Kearney Alwyn here in the 6th position in class, and he's come around again. Again, there looked like there might be some handling issues for this LMP2. Maybe got some damage that just can't be repaired. And about the 46-minute mark, Kearney Alwyn comes around. Kearney Alwyn running in the 6th position. He is 3 laps down. Bezrikov coming around there, our race leader. Now this battle is heating up here in LMP2. This is for the 2nd position. Prezanta and Simpner. 44.5 minutes left to go, and Prezanta Simpner still battling it out. This is a slugfest between the two of these guys. Simpner holding on to that spot. Prezanta wanted it. Looked like he might have inched ahead for just a second. But Lucas Simpner did not panic and got back by. Take a look here as Prezanta in that white car. Looked like he might have inched ahead for just a second, but Simpner able to get back by and hold on to that spot. Did not want to give up P2. Good clean racing there between Simpner and Prezanta. Textbook racing here in the LMP2. Take a look at Tom Gander. He is racing in the LMP2. If you go back and look at that replay again there, sorry about that. There we go. Tom Gander in the LMP2. He's running in the 4th position. Class leaders Bezrikov and Indika. Pretty much how it's been all night long. It's a good run here for Tom Gander. His first race out here at High Octane Racing League. Bezrikov in the... Oh, Bezrikov having some trouble. Nikolai Bezrikov in the LMP2. Our race leader has some trouble. Here a 42 minutes left to go, and Bezrikov, a little hiccup here. Somebody got some kryptonite out there or what? Bezrikov having trouble in the LMP2. He's got a comfortable gap. But he missed a turn. right here, and the thing just wanted to come around. And does a great job getting on the brakes, especially in the grass, and keeping it out of the wall. So a little trouble there for Nikolai Bezrikov. Fortunately, minimal problems for him. Great recovery and a little bit of luck on his side in that case. Chris Tianto taking over the 10th position, as I believe Chris Hughes on pit lane, making a pit stop, and that's going to give up he gives up a spot now as Chris Tianto now up to the 10th spot. Chris Hughes back to 11th. Take a look at Ted Mosier here running in the 12th spot in the BMW. Likes these GT3 cars. Sent Will a message earlier and asked if earlier in the week and asked if he'd be all right if he run. So here he is out on the track in the BMW, the lone BMW today. Look at this. Oh, man. Oh, there's contact. Oh, no. Contact with the GT3 car, and that's Prasanto. Our third position car is in big trouble. Big trouble. There was contact with the GT3 car. Oh, my heavens. Prasanto in trouble here late in this race. Let's see what happened. It looks like John Stanley had some trouble. He gets into the wall. And this might be a different incident here. But Prasanto had trouble. Take a look here and see what happened. See Hughes, Simpner, Prasanto. And Hughes comes across. I think that's okay. Oh, and it gets into the back of Prasanto. Chris Hughes straight into the back of the LMP2 car. Chris Hughes on fresh tires after making pit stop. Right here, you see Prasanto gets by, but Chris Hughes can't stop. He's in the grass, and this car flips over. He rolls over. My heavens. That was hard contact. See, he gets in the grass right here, and now he has no brakes, basically. No brakes, and he gets into the back of Prasanto and then flips the car. What a wild accident there. You're going to see out of the windshield of this car, Chris Hughes flipping over. As he spins around, Chris Hughes flipping over and coming to rest. Prasanto is like, what just happened? Prasanto was battling Lucas Simpner. Get out of the back of Simpner's machine and watch this. Oh, whoa! Almost into the back of Lucas Simpner. I got to see that again. Gonna take a look at that again. Right here, watch this. How about that? Bezrikov saying, man, I need a sandwich right now. He is in a hornet's nest. Got a little LMP2 action. Sandwiching John Stanley, who gets in the grass to get out of the way. Prasanto is in big trouble now. He is in the 4th position. And that car is absolutely a mess. What a horrible turn of events there for Prasanto. He is now in P4. Jos van der Steren is in the third position. Here with 37 minutes left to go. P3 at Tom Gander in the LMP2 class. And he gets off track here. He's in the third spot as looks like Mata and Dinka goes by in the GT3 class. As Tom Gander getting back by. The LMP2 is just so much faster than the GT3 cars. And Lucas Simpner now feeling pretty comfortable in this. And I would say a sigh of relief that he didn't get that car running over the back of him. That spinning car. That was a crazy, crazy crash. Ted Mosier on pit lane here late in this race. 36 minutes left to go. The BMW on pit lane. We watch Nikolai Bezrikov. Our LMP2 and race leader. Is now Ted Mosier finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Take a look at our GT3 leader. Mata and Dinka is running about 90 seconds up on P2, so he is in a pretty comfortable position. Just want to make sure that he navigates through traffic with no problems. He's probably on his way to a race victory in the GT3 class. Take a look at Berto Crisatianto in the GT3, the Porsche. Oh, Crisatianto coming around. Keeps it out of the tire barrier, out of the wall, and now trying to get this car straightened back up and get it back out on track. And wow, fourth place car, Berto Crisatianto, having trouble here late in the race with 34 minutes to go. And guess what? Nikolai Bezrikov is on pit lane. Our race leader in the LMP2 on pit lane. It's a long pit stop for Bezrikov. Back here and look at Mata and Dinka. Bezrikov on pit lane, our LMP2 leader. Take a look at Yuta Prasanta now getting a position as Jos van der Steren is on pit lane. You see Nikolai Bezrikov finishing up his pit stop. So Prasanta getting one of those laps back. Will Dunbar in the GT3 class. And this Aston Martin is running into the third position. So leading me to believe that some of these guys have to come back down pit lane. So this may be a 2 pit stop race. And the battle there between Bezrikov and Simpner now down to 28 seconds, 29 seconds. Now keep in mind that Bezrikov is on fresh tires. And I would say probably softs. Abu Rahman running in the second position in the GT3 class. He's in that Porsche Extra Life sponsored number 20 car. And a good run here for him in the second position. 3 cars on the lead lap there in GT3. Just 2 in the LMP2. As Simpner now falling back to 33 seconds back behind Bezrikov. So Abu Rahman in his first race out here with HORL. His charity event. Oh, no! Oh, Abu Rahman almost came around. He got into the grass, and that thing wanted to come around there on him. There's a fine line between too far when you come around that corner and you're using the zebra. He does a good job, but he got those left side tires in the grass, and the thing wanted to come around on him, but it did a great job of holding on to it. Maintains his second position. Chris Hughes in the Audi, running in P11 overall. He is 5th in class, 2 laps down in the Audi. The 01, Chris Hughes. Simpner now on pit lane in the LMP2. Here at the 29-minute mark. So Lucas Simpner finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So he's completed his pit stop. Now coming back out on track is that LMP2 of Lucas Simpner. He is in the second position on fresh tires. As we're watching this battle here between Simpner and Bezrikov's actually on the in P1. He's running behind Lucas Simpner. We're watching both the camera angles there. We're going to do that. We're going to do it this way. So we take a look at this guy's rolling up on Mata and Dinka, who's in the GT3 car. He's just going to get out of the way, let these guys fight it out. Not for position here, as Luca wants to fight to stay on the lead lap. Bezrikov wants to get around him. Simpner having a little bit of trouble with that turn as Bezrikov closes it in, and looks like Bezrikov going to put Lucas Simpner down a lap. We'll take a look at Berto in the Porsche, running in the fourth position. Cristianto is 1 lap down in his 15 car as we are approaching 27 minutes left to go. Tom Gander has retired his machine. I don't know what happened to Tom. Tom Gander has had some trouble. Tom Gander in the LMP2 class. He was running in the 3rd position, and he's just retired his machine. I don't know what happened to Tom, but he didn't even didn't look like he crashed or anything. He just said, "Hey, I've had enough," and retired his machine. So he is out of the race. Maybe a mechanical failure for the 99 car. Oh my heavens, man! Late in the race too. So Tom Gander out of the race. He's going to finish in the 6th position, I believe. Joost van der Sterren now up to P4 in the 18 car. Yuta Prasanta in 3rd in the LMP2. His 69 car. He's 1 lap down. He's wanting to try to close in on Luca Simpner. A little bit of work to do there. 24 seconds separate those guys, P2, P3. Take a look at our GT3 leader, and that is Mada Ndinka. This 99 Mercedes Extra Life sponsored machine. A lot of Extra Life sponsored cars out here. Going all in, sponsoring the charity. If you'd like to make a donation, in the description of this race is a link to the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity. Help us out. That's what this race is all about today. No points, nothing like that. We're just racing to support kids. This is a gaming day at Extra Life, so all around the world are people who are gaming and donating money to Extra Life charities. We game, and we send donations to Extra Life. So if you'd like to make a donation, please click on the link in the description of this race and make a donation. There's also one in the stream chat if you'd like to scroll back. Abu Rahman is running 2nd in class in the GT3 in this 20 car, the Porsche. Good effort by the Porsche. A lot of Porsches out here today. And he's got the top one running in P2. Got 14 seconds, 15 seconds separate he and P3. Will Dunbar in the 3rd position. Got a 15-second gap there before closing in on P2. Just letting the LMP2 go by. So good run here for Will Dunbar in the Aston Martin. Take a look at Chris Hughes. Oh, go, man! Chris Hughes, contact! There was contact in the GT3. Chris Hughes, I think he just got shoved off the track. We'll take a look here. Abu Rahman comes across, maybe cutting that corner, or a little kink, and gets into the Audi. So Abu Rahman got into the Audi. Right here, it just cuts it a little bit and sends that Audi sailing away. Into the wall and the signs. Abu Rockman running in the 8th position overall. He is 2nd in class. Take a look at Kuniawan. Kuniawan running in the 6th position in his 13 car. He is 5 laps down. He has had an eventful race in this LMP2. Tom Gander out of the race said he had a cramp, and he has now retired his machine. So what a shame there for Tom. Hopefully everything's okay. Now back to 6th. So Kuniawan up to the 5th position as Gander has retired his LMP2. He will finish in the 6th spot. Just came on the chat indicating that there was a cramp that would not go away. Just kept coming back, and he could not race any longer, so decided to bring his car into the pits. Actually, I think he's the one that went straight in the overrun area and just got out. So he is now in the medical tent being treated for dehydration. Got to lay off the beers, man, the night before. Alcohol dehydrates you. Bezrikov now running up on a lap car here in the LMP2. That is Joost van der Sterren running in the 4th position. Bezrikov getting around. Joost van der Sterren running in the 4th position. Good run here for van der Sterren. Haven't seen him in a long time, and glad to see him out here running with us in that LMP2s. Support the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity. Bezrikov getting by. 19 minutes left to go. Check on Ted Mosier here in the BMW as he lets one of those LMP2 cars go by. He's Joost van der Sterren behind him now. And there you go. See Joost van der Sterren getting by as Ted Mosier going to let him through. Ted Mosier now running in the 12th position overall. He is 6th in class, 3 laps down in the lone BMW in the field. Chris Hughes in the Audi. He has had an eventful race here. The Audi can be a handful. I think the car comes around pretty easily, in my opinion. And kind of a tough car to drive. But Chris Hughes is running in the 5th position, 3 laps down. You sort of see that battle there between Hughes and Mosier. Those guys on the same lap. Let's see if we can't get a look at that by going back to Mosier's car. There we go. 39 seconds separate the two of those. Two of those guys, P5, P6. Chris Hughes in the 5th position. Got a 39-second lead over Ted Mosier, who's in 6th. So this guy's on the same lap. Mosier maybe has a chance to pick up another spot. Go back here to Chris Hughes. Oh, Chris Hughes coming around, so that's going to help Ted Mosier out. Chris Hughes spinning. And that's going to close up the gap there with Ted Mosier. So Chris Hughes having some trouble. Not too bad, really. Could have been a lot worse. But the Audi, as we talked about how loose this car can be. A lot of guys have moved away from the Audi, certainly since the balance of performance updates. And for some reason, this car very, very loose. And Hughes comes around, and that tightens that battle up just a little bit. Go back here to Ted and take a look and see what that gap is now, down to 33 seconds. So helped him out a little bit. I think it's chopped maybe about 7 seconds off as you see the LMP2 going around Ted Mosier, who is 33 seconds back to P5. Mosier having the 6th place run here. "16 minutes left to go." And we'll take a look at Mata and Dinka. He has got a 98-second lead over P2. Abdu Rahman is in the 2nd position, as Mata is on his way to a race victory in the GT3 class, barring any catastrophe. Lucas Simpner running in the 2nd position in LMP2. He is 1 lap down. He and Presanta had a great battle, but Presanta had some trouble and has fallen off a little bit. And taking a look at Simpner and the battle between Presanta. It's a 24, 23 second gap separate the two of those guys. We're taking a look at Yuta Presanta. He's rolling up on some lap traffic here in the GT3 car. I believe that is Ted Mosier in the BMW. So Presanta wanting to get around. It can be really, really tricky to try to navigate through some of this lap traffic. Presanta gets around. Certainly throw off your rhythm if you catch him in the wrong spot. So Presanta running into 3rd position. Take a look at Berto Cristianto running in the 4th spot. Will Dunbar ahead of him in P3. Pretty good gap there for Will Dunbar. Pretty solid P3 run. He is the last car on the lead lap. Abdu Rahman is in the 2nd position. But Berto having a good top 5 run here in the GT3 series or class here today at Sebring. Take a look at Will Dunbar here in the Aston Martin. You got the LMP2 coming around. Oh, Will Dunbar giving him some room and gets into the grass. Will Dunbar tried to give that LMP2 some room, got into the grass. He's going to now fall a lap down. And that'll tighten up the battle there, I think, a little bit with Cristianto. As Dunbar just tried to give room to the LMP2 car. Take a look here as Will Dunbar tried to give some room to that LMP2. And gets into the grass and spins the car. And I think that might have been Presanta, if I'm not mistaken. That was, I think that was Presanta, I believe, but I might be wrong about that. Guess we'll never find out. Actually, look at it this way. There he goes, Bezrikov getting by. Looking out of the back of Bezrikov's car, you see Will Dunbar taking a spill. And Bezrikov is the leader and on his way to race victory overall with just under 12 minutes left to go. About 11 and a half minutes here at Sebring. Chris Hughes has had an eventful night in this Audi. I think there's probably going to be some talk to the manufacturers about, or to the Audi manufacturer about the handling of this machine. But kudos, hats off to Chris Hughes for sticking with the Audi. And he's had an eventful night. He is running in the 5th position. Ted Mosier running in 6th. We'll take a look at Lucas Simpfer running in the 2nd spot in LMP2. Bezrikov is the leader as we're approaching 10 minutes left to go here in the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network 2-hour at Sebring. Multi-class event. We've been bringing you flag-to-flag coverage. Been a pretty good race, really. Our typical culprits are up front. Bezrikov in the LMP2, as we're watching right now, as he's running through now into some lap traffic in a GT3 class. They let him go. And Mata in the GT3 is our leader in that class. Proving that he could get in a Mercedes and make that car competitive. Abdurrahman is in the 2nd position in the GT3. The only other car on the lead lap now, 98 seconds down. So pretty solid P2 effort for him. In the Porsche. Will Dunbar, after his spin, has recovered, but he is in P3. Takes us a little bit of work to do there in the waning moments of this race to try to close in on Abdurrahman. I think he's going to have to hope that Abdurrahman has some issues to be able to close in and make a race of it for P2. But a solid effort here for the Aston Martin team. Will Dunbar in this Extra Life sponsor machine running in the 3rd position here at Sebring. Very fun track, man. I love Sebring. It's a good mix of really technical aspects and then just some flat out aspects of this track too. Grip changes, a little bit of bumps, a little bump here and there. A lot of room to race. And it's been a fun race to bring you here too. Thanks to all those folks who've joined us in the chat session and watching this maybe on recording as well after the broadcast is over. Say ahead of time, thank you. Please click on the link down in the description of this race and help our effort here in the charity effort, the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network charity 2-hour event here to raise money for kids. We do several events each year and have raised over $2,000 for that charity. So thanks to Will Dunbar for putting it on. He's running in a pretty solid effort here tonight in the 3rd position. Back up here with Nikolai Bezrikov in the LMP2, leading the class. Nice looking paint scheme there for Bezrikov. This guy's raced stock cars with us, Indy cars, GT3, and now LMP2 here in this multi-class event. And this guy flat out can drive anything. One of our Russian drivers, a great source of information, how to set cars up, the intricacies of the track, intricacies of each and every car. And he has been a wealth of information for us and very helpful for us here at High Octane Racing League. Definitely value Bezrikov's friendship and help. Take a look at Simpner as he's getting by the lap car in the GT3. Simpner running in the second position. Good solid P2 effort here for Lucas Simpner. Had a great battle with Prezanta and now has been able to open up that gap as Prezanta's had some trouble here on this second stint, or third stint, I should say. Yuta Prezanta running in the third position, one lap down in the 69 car. His first race out here at High Octane Racing League. And our class leader here in the GT3 is Mata. Mata has got the Extra Life number 99 paint scheme. Looking pretty nice. Plain, but got the Extra Life logo on the car. Looking pretty good. And he's looking even better with his position right now, leading the GT3 class. Boy, what a battle that would have been to see Bezrikov and Mata in the same class, huh? I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair. We should have had those guys in the same class. A little over 4 minutes left to go. Pretty clear track ahead for Nikolai Bezrikov in the LMP2. Gotta like what you see there if you're Nikolai Bezrikov. Under 4 minutes left to go. He's come around that final long sweeping right-hand turn. Almost 2 turns consecutively down the front stretch. Probably going to be a couple more laps here for Bezrikov. Abdurrahman in the GT3 letting the LMP2 go. He's running in the second position. Good run here for Abdurrahman in this 20 car. He's a second position in the GT3 class. I think everybody pretty comfortable where they are right now. These guys are spread out pretty much on the track. Not too much competition here for position. Got 5 cars in the LMP2 still in the race. Kurniawan is in the 5th position. Van der Sar in 4th. And we have, it looks like, 8 cars left in the GT3. Now, John Stanley on pit lane here late in this race. So very interesting is John Stanley making a pit stop here. Litsky Novar running in the 13th position. Overall, he is 7th in class. We haven't talked too much about him, but Ritsky had some trouble early on and gotten back out on track here. Now 8 laps down in the Porsche. John Stanley's on pit lane. Maybe John just figures, hey, I'm I'll just end the race here. Just 3 cars out of the race. Looks like Gander, Jake Z, and technically John Stanley out of the race. Looks like he's on pit lane, so I don't think he's going to be coming back out on track. And we got just a little over a minute left to go. And Nikolai Bezrikov in a comfortable position with a lap on the LMP2 crew. As long as he doesn't have any catastrophic problems on this maybe final lap here, I think he's on for the race victory overall and in class. I tell you what, I think there might be another lap in this car. We'll see how he handles this. 20 seconds left to go, and I think he's going to be around the turn and probably across the start-finish line. See how he handles this. It's going to be really, really close here. Maybe he's having fun. He might want to. My dog's barking at him, saying, "Hey, man, slow down." Looks like he's got another lap in him here. So another lap for Nikolai Bezrikov. Mata says fine. Another lap. So Mata Indika is our leader in the GT3. And Bezrikov going to do another lap. And here we are as Bezrikov rolling up on our GT3 class leader. There you go. How about that right there? Both leaders in their respective classes. Bezrikov waves his way by. As Bezrikov, just one big turn to go. He and Mata Indika going to come around the final turn. And Nikolai Bezrikov with pretty much a flawless race in the LMP2 is going to come away with the race victory here at Sebring. Mata going to finish in the first position in the GT3 class. How about that? Those guys finishing pretty close to one another on the track. As the GT3 class, Mata gets that victory, and Nikolai Bezrikov gets the victory in the LMP2. So congratulations to those guys. Will Dunbar doing his burnouts. We got guys driving backwards. So congratulations, Nikolai Bezrikov in the LMP2. So congratulations to Nikolai on great race there for him. And then in the GT3, that was Mata getting the victory there. So congratulations to Mata on his victory. We'll see if we can't get their screenshots up here. Let's take a look at the final results. In the LMP2, Nikolai Bezrikov finishes in, let's take a look at the final results here. Sorry about that. We'll see if we can't get the final results up here. Let's take a look at the final results here in the LMP2. Nikolai Bezrikov gets the win. Congratulations to him. Lucas Simfer, great run there, finishes in the second position. Yuta Prasanta finishes in third. Joost van der Sterren finishes in the fourth position. Iqbal Kurniawan finishes in fifth. Tom Gander finishes in the sixth position in the LMP2. So congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov for getting that win. In the GT3, Mada Ndika finishes in P1 in the 99 car. Rizal Abdurrahman finishes in the second position. Will Dunbar third. Berto Cristianto finishes in the fourth position. Chris Hughes finishes fifth. Ted Mosier finishes in the sixth position. In seventh is Ritsky Novar. John Stanley finishes in the eighth position. And Jake Zitko finishes in the ninth spot. So congratulations to Mata on getting the win in the GT3 cars. And again, congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov on getting the win in the LMP2 class. Fantastic run for him. And congratulations to Mata Ndika for getting the win in the GT3 class here at Sebring. Great job with that Mercedes. Pretty flawless race there for both those guys. And, I mean, really, would you expect it? I mean, if you were going to lay money on the guys that were going to win these classes, that would have been an easy bet there. Pretty good odds that you're going to get it right there in the GT3 and the LMP2. What a great event it has been tonight. Don't forget, we got some more racing headed your way later tonight at High Octane Racing League. We'll be in the Indy cars at Phoenix for the final race at Indy, or excuse me, at Phoenix, I should say. And then we'll have 2 weeks at Indy. Next week, we'll be in the stock cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then finishing out the season the following week in the Indy cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to crown the champion in the King of the Ovals. So we'll be racing at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight in the Indy cars at Phoenix. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to come out here and beat up the broadcaster, come on out, because I actually participate in this series. So So we'd love to have you. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's at High Octane Racing League. Our Discord address is at the bottom of the banner. Bushwhacker Series headed your way next Friday for race number 3 of the season, a 100-lap race at Kentucky Motor Speedway. And this is a fantastic track, and what a great series this is. Big fields and interesting Xfinity series. A lot of guys have a lot of fun here. We get some about 20, sometimes even 25 drivers out for the race. So come on out and join us. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV on November the 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see if we can't get maybe get Will Dunbar up here for an interview, talk about the charity event today. We're joined up here in the booth by Will Dunbar, and who really planned this event, put this event on, and actually multiple times a year, we run races here to support Extra Life, and talk about this, what this charity means to you, and what these guys coming out and racing today to support your effort here at High Octane Racing League to support Extra Life, what this means to you as well.
Yeah, thanks, Heath. It means a lot in the sense that I didn't even know this was a thing until early last year. And when I found out what they did, it really made it impactful for me because I have kids, right? So I've been lucky and never had to think about, what if my kids needed serious help. Children's cancer in children, it becomes so expensive. Could I afford that? And I found out that it's a big problem here. And then I found out about the Children's Miracle Network, specifically Children's National, which of course is in Washington, D.C. And then when I started reading about what they actually do, providing free cancer treatments, discounted services for families in need, and research, like cancer research, and also not just cancer research, but also research into specialty diseases. And it's all funded by donations. And the parents, the families, don't get charged anything, which is amazing to me. So the children get the help they need, and really, I actually saw a interview recently with those kids, and just one person, me, being able to give even $100 means 20 times more to them than what we actually than what we think about. So it means a lot to me, and just these guys showing up shows me that there's actually seriously caring people in the sim racing community, and I hope that this shows that.
Yeah, not only people showing up, but also guys watching the race, making donations, because it was just much more effort than the guys supporting by being on the track too. Those guys make donations, but also people here at High Octane Racing League and people that are watching the race here on the live stream are making donations as well, and I'm sure you greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, more than they probably know, to be honest. Just doing the race alone, just doing that little session, I had 3 people donate significant amounts of money. All right, so just in that one little thing, just one donation would have made it worth it. But I had 3. And then, of course, I'll be donating the $150 because everyone fulfilled the requirement, which I super appreciate and put on a good show. And also, just people sharing the links. I know a lot of the High Octane guys just sharing the link and getting the awareness out there, even if there's no money involved. And just telling people about it so people actually understand what's actually out there in the world also means a lot to me. So I want to thank everyone in the sim racing community, whether they shared the link, whether they watched, whether they donated, whether they raced. Super appreciative.
Well, and this is, as I understand it, Extra Life Gaming Day too. So there's
Is
that aspect all around, right, where people are doing this gaming for the Extra Life charity.
Yes, it's a great point. So it is Extra Life Game Day. And what that means is there's streamers all around the world who are streaming all kinds of games, not just sim racing, but any game that you can play. It's being streamed, and people are raising money. I watched a prominent Guild Wars 2 streamer last night raise $2,000 in an hour. That's quite amazing. Of course, a larger streamer, but it's not just sim racers that are doing it. It's just a huge part of the world, and it's doing fantastic things. So I do want to give a shout out to Extra Life. Besides the transaction fee, everything goes to the actual hospital itself. So that money does not get it's not like a percentage that gets sent to them, to the hospital. It's actually all of it. And it's pretty crazy.
And I would assume that in the back of your mind here, you're probably thinking about the next event to do for Extra Life as well, maybe before the year's out or early next year.
Yeah, so I think the holiday season in December, there's a lot of kids out there who will be spending their time in the hospital, especially here in the DC area. And so I think, from my perspective, it would be nice to sort of put on a show and show them that we're thinking about them, even beyond just Extra Life Game Day. Because I don't treat this as a chance to game and raise money. I treat it as a chance to give back to those kids directly. So I think this holiday season, I'd like to do this again. And of course, the feedback of all the racers involved will be taken into account. And the feedback was pretty immense, right? There's a ton of feedback, which I super appreciate. A ton of support from those guys. So yeah, in December-ish, I'll be polling people again, and we'll do it all over.
And I think the multi-class event was a really, really big hit. The guys seemed to like that. I think I even heard some chatter there in TeamSpeak between you guys about, hey, is this thing going to continue?
Correct. They would like to see it, if not a season, then they would like to at least see it. And it's actually interesting because you and I have been considering this for some time. We just were unsure of how well it would go. Class, a lot faster cars than the slower cars. But kudos to everyone who showed up today and then sort of put on a great show. I saw such great sportsmanship. And I think that definitely warrants that we should give them what they want and do this. If not as a season, we will definitely be doing it monthly. And who knows, it might work its way into the season.
Yeah, great call, and thanks so much for your work on helping me, get some things set up for the broadcast too today. I really appreciate that. And man, I had a lot of fun bringing this race. It was a heck of a lot of fun. Let's talk a little bit, just briefly, about your race and what it was like to sort of make way for those LMP2s. They were so much faster. But also your feelings on the Sebring track.
Yeah, Sebring is interesting. I've never done it. It was part of the polling. I put a vote out, and this is the track that came up. I learned it. I like it. It's definitely an interesting track. I like that. This is the thing I mentioned in my stream. There's the first chicane. But other than that, the track itself is a beautiful track, well made. Lots of straight. I like the straights to open it up. LMP2s were not difficult to let pass. There's plenty of straights to work around, and those guys were so patient, just waiting till I got onto the straight, not taking me into the chicane. And it went great overall. I actually did not know that I was in third place the whole time. On my stream, I was just like, I think I'm in fifth, possibly fourth, because I can only see the overall, and I was eighth overall. And it was actually in my chat. It was like, you're third, right? It's like, oh, okay.
Well, you decided to go with the Aston Martin. What was the thought process behind that? I know you've been sort of testing different cars. You guys all raced the big tank in the GT3 series that just finished. Moved away from that and jumped into the Aston Martin. What was the thought process there?
Yeah, thanks for asking. First, I love the Bentley, but I definitely wanted a challenge. I like learning new cars and then taking those newfound skills that I took the previous season and applying them now. And the Aston Martin was simple. I attribute to Lauren Stoppelworth. Since his passing, that's all. Yeah, he drove the Ashton constantly. I'm not sure why. I think he probably said it sounded great, and I agree. And I just want to know, could I make it work? A nod to Lauren. It was the ultimate decision. Had it not been for that, I probably would have taken the Porsche and followed Ritsky and Mata, because training with those two guys have really made me a better person. But I just didn't feel right.
Well, hey, congratulations on an organizing a great event, and thanks so much for putting it on. I know the kids will be so appreciative, and I know I had a heck of a lot of fun broadcasting this race and watching you guys go around, and hopefully a great GT3 series coming up here at High Octane Racing League.
Indeed. I super appreciate you not only broadcasting, but helping me set up everything. Us working together has meant a lot to me, and I'm looking forward to the next seasons. And yeah, thanks for all you do. Thanks for running and owning the greatest league in rFactor.
All right. That might be overstating it a little bit, but we'll call this the Extra Life exaggeration.
Yeah, it's the exaggeration period. I like it.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Hey, thanks a lot, bud.
See ya.
All right, that's Will Dunbar joining us up here in the booth, exaggerating a little bit. That's okay. We'll let him have that, as long as it's about High Octane Racing League, I guess. And again, congratulations to Mata and Dika on driving a great race in the GT3 class. That was a fantastic run for him. And then also we've got to send a shout out to Nikolai Bezrikov. Pretty much a flawless race there for that LMP2 to take the victory in that class here at Sebring. A little bit of chatter there after the race. Appreciate those guys. Those guys getting down into the chat session and chatting it up. Maybe a little talk there on helping each other out in the future. Who knows? But thanks to Bezrikov, Mata, Tom Gander. Michael Brooks was joining us in the chat. We had Artem Shuliev joining us in here tonight as well. Today, I should say, here in the Dino Faldetta. Peyton Imbler joining us in here. Do your homework, Peyton. Yogi Prasetio. I don't know what the GR2, GR10 or whatever livery. But thanks for coming in. And also Alexander Zakharov as well. Great driver there. Todd Robillard joining us in the chat session. And Dennis Udichin joining us in the chat session as well. Good to see those guys coming in here and watching the race today. Again, today's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Great servers here. Perfect for rFactor 2. And if you want a website or your online store, or how about VPS hosting, shared web hosting, you can give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. No matter where you are in the world, we can find you a server that will suit your needs. It's perfect for rFactor 2. I want to say thank you so much to Will Dunbar and his effort in putting this event on. It was my honor to bring him to bring you this live, and thanks to all those folks that came in and joined in the chat session. Really appreciate that. All the new subscribers as well. Looks like I gained a couple subscribers today. That's nice. Don't forget to share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform. You can share my videos here, TurnLeftTV. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, there's a PayPal button up in the banner of the channel. You can also go down to the description of this race and help me out by clicking on this Fanatec link and also the SimLab link. I'm now an affiliate through SimLab, so help me out there. If you're interested in a sim rig and want to purchase something through them, please use my link. I would greatly appreciate that. Hey, man, what a great event it was. I was excited here to bring you my first multi-class event, and what a great one it was, and a great track, too. I love Sebring. So I suggested that. Will was like, hey, I'll give that a look, and I think it turned out really, really good. So thanks so much for coming in here. Peace to everybody out there. I'm going to get out and race some laps here later tonight at Phoenix in the Indy cars. Pray for me there. It's going to be a tough one. But, hey, congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov and Mata for winning their respective classes here today at High Octane Racing League and the Sebring GT3 LMP2 multi-class event. That's going to do it for me here at TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you guys joining us here tonight. And I'm going to get out of here, get myself something to eat, and let the dog out. In the meantime, peace to everybody out there. I am out of here.